Yeah,
2 weeks in a row.
2 weeks in a row. It must be some type of record.
Oh, you're gonna hear some banging and some drilling. This condo above me, I don't know what they're doing. They're doing something.
Yeah,
what the fuck it is.
Sounds like I said, it sounds like Nine Inch Nails is rehearsing above you.
And you bite the hand that feeds. If I started screaming up there, you think they would stop? They don't give a shit, right?
No, they'd stop all right.
You motherfuckers,
they could not care less. They
Jenny
couldn't care
Rossi's
less.
a whore. You
have a whore living in 4B.
Yeah.
Rossi, Janice Rossi.
A whore.
Get your own goddamn man.
Man. Well, today's gonna be a shorter one because Roker actually has a hard out, as they call the business.
I've got a hard out. Yes.
Yeah. But,
as opposed to the opposite.
Yeah. Exactly. So, Chad Taylor, what's up? Michael Thomas, what's up, fellas?
Nice.
So let's just start with this because Hoots. Have you been to Hoots yet?
I have been to Hoots because when I went to Wingfest, the last time I went to Wingfest, which was probably 2 years ago now because they didn't have one, Hoots is there, and they were passing out. They had 10 free wings from Hoots. So, of course,
that's a lot of wings.
I went to get my 10 free wings from Hoots. Yeah.
I mean, Hoots, as everyone knows, Hoots is Hooters. Some people don't understand that.
Yeah, no, it's 100% Hooters without all the flash.
Without the ladies, without the actual restaurants. Basically, they do have a couple of booths in there you could eat inside, but it's mostly pickup and delivery.
Yeah, it's fine. It's for guys like us who go to Hooters for the food.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. So, like you and I, and there's James Van Osdell checking in. I will
saying
be making another appearance very soon on James Van Osdell's podcast. I will be making another appearance on that very soon.
Very nice. I've bet they, as I like to say, have not been invited back. So
Haven't you been on like 3 times?
No, I was on once. I was on with you.
Oh, I've been on like 3. I think I've been on 3 times.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like apparently I did something to piss off the booker of the show.
Well, okay, so Hoots is Hooters without girls, right? And you and I we just go to Hooters to eat because we
just go to Hooters for the wings.
We love I love their wings, right?
I love their wings. I love their shrimp. Yes.
I'm going to make a statement right now. Hoots is better than Hooters. It's better because it's all that's great about Hooters. It tastes better. There's less distraction. All they care about is the food.
In other words, if you're saying you go to a Hooters and the food is secondary.
Correct.
You're there for the beer and you're there for the girls. You're there for the calendar, so on and so forth.
And the cooks are so busy, they don't care. They're just trying to get the food out.
They're just trying to just shovel it out, right? You go to a Hoots, which is, in some strip mall or something.
Exactly.
And all they got to worry about is the food.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I got
And I've been there twice in the last 3 days.
Nice.
It was so nice.
You texted me your display of wings, or what was your display of wings. And I said to you, you got to get them while they're hot because these are Hooters. That's one of the foods that you have to eat when it's hot.
Oh, yes.
Along with White Castle has to be eaten when it's hot.
Yeah, you can't.
Hooters definitely has to be. Yeah, you must eat Hooters when it's hot. So especially now in the winter, if you're getting it to go, you gotta. Here's the tip that I've used before: get that bag, that little insulated bag that you can get at a Jewel or you get it from Sam's Club or whatever, and that's what you put your to-go food in, so it stays warm in the car ride home.
You actually do that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And again, that's their 9 Inch Nails are, like Roker said, they're practicing upstairs. We're just tuning in. These assholes are doing construction. I mean, I can't talk. I did a bunch of work. I didn't do it, but someone did some work here, so I'm sure that was annoying too.
And they were working. Speaking of assholes, my cat may make an appearance at some point today too.
Here's what you missed actually before we started going live. So Roker's cat, what's your cat's name? Biggie?
Yes.
So his cat,
Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah. So Biggie rolls up, and Roker's like, Claire.
Yeah. Well,
Claire.
She knows.
Did you take Biggie? Like,
she knows to wrangle the cats while I'm recording.
How's it her problem that your cat jumped on you? She's in a different room.
She knows to wrangle the cats while I am recording. That's her job.
No man should have this confidence that you have. Like, you're more confident than like the way Bezos talks to that woman with the fake lips that he cheated on his wife with.
Wow.
He doesn't even talk to her the way you talk to Claire. Like, he doesn't even, this guy's the richest man in the world. He doesn't even have that confidence. Claire, Biggie's here. Claire,
do you see the cat? The cat's gone. Cat's gone, right? You're just jealous. That's all.
The disgust in your face.
You're just jealous that I've perfected this over the years. You're jealous. That's all.
Did you really? I remember you talking about having a bell. Did you really have a bell? Or was that just a joke?
No, no. That was some shit that Mancow concocted.
Oh, you just
I know. Okay. I never had a bell, but I did. I don't know if I want to tell this story.
What?
Okay. Well, I did have a pair of vibrating panties with a remote control.
Oh, I remember that.
That I put on her, and we went to a party. And so every time I wanted a beer, I would hit the remote control and her panties would vibrate, and she'd bring me a beer. That was kind of awesome.
Did she like it? Did she like that sensation?
Yes, of course. I mean, of the sensation of bringing me a beer.
No,
she probably liked that better. No, she probably liked that too. Yeah.
But you mainly did it to order her around, right?
She probably was more aroused by the fact that she was able to serve me. That's probably what the real turn on was.
So she's aroused all day. Then,
it was right? She's aroused 24/7.
Yeah. Roker keeps his ladies aroused. But the bottom line, and it's a very controversial statement, Hoots is better than Hooters. And the guy even, listen to this. Hey, would you mind putting the blue cheese in a separate bag so that it stays cold? No problem. And then when I got there again, he had the blue cheese in a separate bag.
Now, what Hoots did you go to?
The one in the South Loop.
Okay, that's the one that I never got to. That's actually the one was closest to my house, and I never got a chance to go to that one. I went to the one that was like, it was kind of like in Cicero, like the original.
This one's good.
The original one.
Yeah,
it's like near Sam's Club in Cicero.
The South Loop one is the best one. That's the one I recommend everyone checks out because the guy in there is super nice.
I don't even know where there's a Hooters around here. I'm still trying to find my way.
Your new neighborhood.
I'm just trying to find my way. Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, get one of those little bags that keep the stuff hot or the ice cream cold when you're going to the store, and keep that in the trunk of your car. And then that way, when you go and get your food, you stick it in there.
That's like the pizza bag thing.
No, it's like, it's kind of like a foil insulated bag with plastic handles.
Yeah.
It's not a cooler, it's a bag.
But it looks like kind of like a cooler, right?
No,
like
it's a bag.
No, like a cooler lunch bag. One of those.
A cooler lunch bag?
Yeah, they make like lunch bags that are kind of like
it's soft. It's soft. Yeah. It's not hard like a cooler.
But it's a soft cooler. It's like,
but yes, but it's big. It's supposed to. You're supposed to be able to put. It's so you can put your frozen groceries in it and stuff like that. That's what it's for.
And you have one in your trunk?
No, I've got several. I've got several. Costco has one that's actually made of like the tote bag material.
Oh my God.
And it zips up. You put like 50 pounds in it.
Jeez.
Thought I had one over here, but I guess not. But you can just get them next time you go to the store, and it's probably like $4 or something. But so it's worth it to keep that food warm.
Like I have a Yeti coffee cup that I use I drink iced coffee. It keeps the ice cold probably for like 50 hours. Honestly.
Yeah, Yeti is the best.
Is that kind of what happens with your food? Does it stay piping hot?
It stays hot or cold long enough for you to get home.
Yeah.
And long enough for you to get home if you're stuck in traffic, for example. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want that food starts to deteriorate really quickly, the carry out stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Even your burgers and things of that nature. So you want to keep it warm. You also want to, if it's fried, what up, Fook? Fook in the house, by the way. If you got fried stuff, you want to keep that ventilated. So if they haven't poked holes in it,
but you poke holes in shit.
If you look at most styrofoam containers, they'll have little holes in the top that they're supposed to pop open.
Why? Does it sweat out the food if you don't?
That's what happens. That your stuff won't get crispy because it'll steam in it.
Oh,
it'll continue to steam in it.
What a tip!
So you want to keep that fried stuff nice and crispy. You got to ventilate that shit, son. You got to ventilate.
Wow. Once again, Roker has thought of everything. There's not a thing Roker is when it comes to being a slob. And again, I'm the Luke Skywalker of the slob show. Roker is Yoda. I've never learned. Roker's a teacher, and he, as like Yoda, you want to teach others. You're not hogging this information.
What good is it to keep it to myself?
Exactly. So you'll poke holes in your styrofoam containers.
You can poke. There should be little tabs in it that are going to open
if there's
up
not,
anyway.
You take a pen?
Not, just take a pen, poke some holes in it, or just open it up just so that it's open. You know, the mouth of it's open like that, just so that steam has some place to release. Got to.
Man, what a tip.
Think about all the food that you've brought home carry out that has been in a styrofoam container.
Oh yeah.
And then in a plastic bag, and you get home and that plastic bag has condensation all on the inside of it. It's wet. You open it up, there's condensation all on the inside of it.
Yeah.
Now your wings or whatever it was, it's all soggy. It's done. Man,
this is great. Some good shit, as one would say.
It's easy fix.
Man. Well, yeah. So I do recommend going to Hoots if you like the wings. If you're one of those guys that is always trying to get numbers at Hooters or something, like Roker, you don't even like strip clubs because you said, why would I pay for someone to sit on my lap? You're not going to go hit on someone at Hooters. You're there to eat. You want to roll up your sleeves and get down, right? So
that's exactly right.
You'd rather eat it at home. Like me, I take the shirt off when I eat at home.
Oh.
So this shirt comes off because I first of all, I don't like smelling like food. Second of all, I don't want anything on my shirt. So I just had my shirt off a few minutes ago while I was eating the Hooters. I put this shirt back on after. You can't do that in a restaurant.
No, you can't. I'm lucky if I have pants on if I'm eating at home. I've been wearing pants lately because it's a new house, so I don't want to
get juices on everything.
I don't want to put like ass crack on like new furniture and stuff like that.
You mean actually naked?
Not totally naked, like
boxers.
Under, yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Because when you and I were in Vegas, I saw you in that boxer's outfit that had a huge hole in the front. You're walking.
You saw it up close and personal. I didn't care. Shit. I paid for the room, right? I paid for the room, right? So I
well, you got it for free. You got it for free with your points.
Well, that's true. That's true.
But then you walked down to the hallway to buy Gatorade.
Yes, it was hanging pretty much. I'm sure people in Vegas have seen worse.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
what are they going to say if they see you in the hallway with boxers on buying four? I think you came back with four Gatorades.
You're lucky I didn't go down to the gift shop looking like that.
You came back with 4, and I think you drank all 4. You're like, oh, I'm thirsty,
dude. I was dehydrated, bro. It was,
And then
long night at the table. Long night at the tables whatever.
No. That was after we had the Sterling Brunch buffet.
No, correct. I'm saying I was still hung over at the buffet too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, and then I went to P.F. Chang's and got a trough of wonton soup that probably had about 5,000 grams of sodium in it.
Your feet started blowing up.
Oh my God, dude.
Your gout started kicking in.
And the best is
your bunions.
Come back to the room and there's like room service destroyed. That was the funniest thing.
Because I was watching the WWE Survivor Series on my phone.
On your phone, yes.
Yeah. And then I'm like, just go. I can't make it. And then 5 minutes later, I'm ordering a 4,500 calorie meal.
With the blinds drawn because we didn't want any sunlight. We're like, let's keep the blinds drawn. It's like 3:30 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon in Las Vegas. Yeah. Completely dark in the room. Pretty picture.
Yeah. So the other thing, because we don't have much time today, the other thing I wanted to bring up, what happened to the Popeyes chicken sandwich? I loved it. It was my beloved chicken sandwich. It's horrible now.
Well, here's a thing that I've noticed with the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Because it was in such demand, they would pre-make a ton of them. Pre-make a ton of them, wrap them up. They're in that foil package, and then they're just sitting there. It's like getting something up from the lunch counter in high school. It's like when they just used to throw that cheeseburger and the Jell-O on your tray. So so when you go to order the Popeyes chicken sandwich, it's not like you're getting it hot. It's not even like it's sitting under a heat lamp and they're taking it out and making it and giving it to you. It's prepared already and it's in the foil and they're just handing it to you. So you don't know how old it is. You don't know. And then I'm sure, supply chain issues or whatever. Yeah. Whenever you notice the quality of food at a restaurant going down, it's because they're using lesser quality ingredients.
Well, they're using a different chicken for sure.
Somewhere along the line. It's either
the bun is different, everything.
Something's different. Something is different. It could be more than one thing. It could be the chicken. It could be the bun. It could be all those things. It could be the tomato and it could be everything could be just a grade lower.
Here's a pro tip. I asked for the Popeyes chicken sandwich plain because I know I'll get a fresh one.
There you go. Because they've already prepared it. They've already prepared.
But then the problem is I want the sauce. So you know what the problem is too at Popeyes? When you say extra sauce, could you believe it's even too much for me?
Well, the problem with Popeyes is Popeyes. I've always said that Popeyes must be good because literally the thing that Popeyes is known for, even more so than their spicy chicken or their chicken sandwich, is their slow service. Yeah. That's what they're known for. So for them to still be in business after all these years, and if you're going, there's no such thing as I'm going to run in and get me some Popeyes. There's no such thing. There's no such thing. You've never heard of Popeyes referred to as fast food because there's nothing fast about it.
No. And they always have their own rules too. Like this one, we don't carry Mardi Gras mustard at this one, or we don't do any. Like they had beignets at Popeyes.
Yeah.
And I work by the one on Wabash. Like my work's pretty close to there. So I went there. They're like, beignet? I'm like, it's all over your commercials.
I would know. They're like, what are you talking about, beignet? Like, it's all over the commercial. It says beignet. It's got a huge sign on the window that says beignets. What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about? No, I would never get a beignet because a beignet has to be fresh.
Hang on.
Beignet has to be fresh.
Ralph checking in here. Now, Ralph said the KFC sandwich is better and you get better service. Ralph, when's the last time you went to KFC? Their service is about on par with Popeyes.
Yeah, I've never had their chicken sandwich, and
it's good.
I would dispute the better service, and I apologize for any of you who are out there and you work at KFC or you work at Popeyes, but come on, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, we're all adults here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't have to pretend anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if I worked at Popeyes, I wouldn't care either. Like, everyone who's buying the wings are assholes.
Someone is saying, it takes 20 minutes to get your food at Harold's. Yeah, because they drop it fresh. They drop your chicken fresh at Harold's.
Yeah, at least you know it's going to be good at Harold's.
I tell Claire, I say, call in and put the order in at Harold's. She goes, it doesn't matter. They're not gonna drop the chicken until I get there. They're not going to drop the chicken. They're not going to drop it till I get there. It's going to be 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, but it's piping hot.
Yeah,
it's fresh.
So they won't take an order.
They won't. And that's smart. I mean,
what if it's like Uber Eats or some shit? The Uber Eats driver has to stand there for 20 minutes?
No, I think it's different if it's Uber, because I have seen Uber Eats people come in and pick stuff up. But so I guess that's a different case. But if you're just going in there, it's going to take some time. But the problem with Harold's is the consistency. Every Harold's is just a little bit different. So
Ralph checking in here. The KFC in Berwyn on Cermak is probably the best service I've received from a KFC. They're always smiling and pleasant. I can't speak for any other location. Wow. Ralph, if I'm ever in Berwyn, I'll have to check it out.
That's right. Well, stop by KFC and check out my boy Frankie, because he's got let's see,
the AAW. Hornswoggle is going to be there.
Yeah, just because he texted me yesterday. Who is Hornswoggle?
He's the little person wrestler from WWE.
Like recently?
I mean, he hasn't been around in like 10 years.
Okay, I don't remember Hornswoggle.
I'm sure you know him.
It doesn't Hornswoggle. You would think the name Hornswoggle would ring a bell.
I'm sure you know him.
But that's gonna be this weekend, January 15th. January 15th. So Ralph, go get yourself a little pre wrestling meal. Go to the KFC in Berwyn, then head over to the Berwyn Eagles Club on 63rd and check out Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
It's a good time. Me and JVO have gone. We had a great
beers.
We had a great time. It was
beers, brother.
Me and JVO went, and it was like pop-up video because I could not stop talking about everybody. I couldn't stop talking about the wrestlers. I couldn't stop talking about the people in the audience. I couldn't stop talking about everybody.
The best thing is you and I could go and we could actually get involved on the show. Like
Which is happening.
Frankie said we could.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll go in there with a steel chair.
Absolutely.
You know what I want to do? I want to beat the shit out of Frankie. I said he'll come in, he'll be wearing like the Rock 95.5 t-shirt, and I'll hold his hand up, and then I'm gonna hit him in the head with the chair and give him the Brock Lesnar F5.
You're gonna turn on him?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And I'll be screaming at him. You piece of shit.
That would be huge. That would be huge.
Chad Taylor checking in. Joliet has 2 Popeyes, and the service is horrible, and they always close by 6.
Yeah, for some reason, and I don't know if it's I can only assume that it's a staffing situation.
Yeah, and I'm sure. Yeah, and you can't blame me. Yeah,
but you better be hungry by like 8, because after 8, you're SOL.
Hey, Ralph,
everything's closed.
Look at Ralph here asking a question. I started Fry the Coop. I'm the one who told everyone about Fry the Coop when no one knew what Fry the Coop was, Ralph. What do you mean, have we tried Fry the Coop? Of course we have.
He was already he's all over Fry the Coop.
What are you, nuts?
He was all over Fry the Coop before Fry the Coop was Fry the Coop.
No one even knew what it was, and I was telling people about it.
Nobody ever. And then I the first time I tried it, I was like, this has got to be a joke. Because this is like the biggest sandwich I've ever seen in my life. This is like the biggest chicken sandwich I've ever seen in my life. And that's what I don't get. It's like, how is it that the breasts are this big?
I know.
I'm not talking about Fry the Coop specifically. I'm just saying in general. The breasts are this big. If I order wings from somewhere, They're pigeon wings.
Yeah.
They're little pigeon wings. How is it possible? And how is it that wings are $4.99 a pound and thighs and drumsticks are 99 cents a pound? They're all coming off the same chickens, right? They don't make chickens with fewer wings, right, than thighs?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, so
I think there's 2 of each.
There's 2 of each as far as I know. Yes.
Unless it's one of those chickens that they raise that are all fucked up with, like,
it's a genetically
like 8 legs or something.
Right.
Eric checking in. Have you boys tried Taco Bell wings? I saw the commercial. I didn't try them yet.
Eric, of course, my rule is you don't go to someplace named Taco something for wings.
Well, don't forget though, Taco Bell isn't KFC. It's the same company.
That's true.
So it's going to be KFC wings.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Jose Contreras checking in. He said he went to Popeyes once. Instead of a biscuit, they gave him a slice of bread. Megan is asking whose breasts are this big. Well, Fry the Coop.
Fry the Coop's breasts are those is that big.
Go to Fry the Coop. There's like 4 locations. It is delicious. It's great. I love Fry the Coop.
And the key is, it's not dry.
It's delicious, and the sauces are all great.
I always used to get breasts. When I was a kid, I would always get the half white from Harold's. It'd be 2 breasts and 2 wings, and they were big wings and huge breasts. And then I think in the last 10, 15 years, I don't know what they've done genetically to chickens or whatever, but the chicken breasts are always dry. Chicken breasts are dry. Can't deal with it.
Is there anything we could do about that?
I have no idea. Brine your chickens at home. Brine your chickens before you make chicken at home. Brine your turkey before you make that Thanksgiving turkey.
Do you inject it with some liquid?
No, but brining is essentially doing the same thing. You're putting it in a solution, and it absorbs it, and it'll keep it juicy.
And you've done that?
I have family members that have done it.
Oh, Claire, your wife?
Yes. Yes. She knows what she's doing.
Claire, where's my wings?
She knows what
They're
she's doing.
not juicy enough.
She is brining pork chops as we speak right now.
Wow. You're going to grill those or what?
I think she's going to sous vide them and then pan fry them.
Wow. Do you have a grill at the new house?
I have, I think 4.
4 grills.
Yes, because I have our Weber grill.
Yeah.
I have my Weber.
Do you have a big yard?
I have a Weber Q grill.
Yeah.
I bought her a small, like, smoker, big green egg type of thing, but one of the small ones for a tabletop.
Yeah.
They're still 200 pounds somehow. I don't know how,
God.
but and then the people we moved here from, they left us a grill.
Do you have a big yard or no?
No.
Do you have any kind of yard?
Not really. I have a little patio.
But you have your 4 grills out on that patio?
Right now, 3 of them are out there. 3 of the 4.
How big's the patio? Like, is it enough room for all of us to sit out there?
It's enough room for us to sit out there. Yeah.
Grill and sit, like.
Grill, sit, drink beers.
Yeah.
Have the neighbors tell us to pipe down. Yeah.
You're too loud. Get back in the house.
Exactly. Wait till spring. Wait till spring comes, neighbors. Right now, they're very happy with us.
Yeah.
But just wait. Just wait till Daddy gets a few beers in him and starts walking around outside in his underwear.
Wait until you collapse the first time.
Grilling. Wait till it takes me an hour to try and get my key in the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Roker had to run here at exactly 4:00, so we'll be back next week at 3:15, of course. Hey, why don't you do us a favor? Subscribe to the podcast. It's on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, like anywhere you get podcasts, you could see this podcast. If you want the audio version, subscribe, comment, and rate. If everyone watching right now could go on Apple and just comment and say what you think, that moves us up the list there. And Roker also has another podcast known as Roker Radio.
Roker Radio, available Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Check it out. Again, please listen, rate, subscribe. Appreciate it. Don't forget, right now, a lot of fast food deals. A lot of fast food deals in January.
Because they're desperate, right?
Because people, this is when they diet. See, is they get that New Year's resolution. This is when they diet. So now you're going to get a lot of deals at the fast food restaurants. So keep your eye out for it. Keep your eye out for it.
Did you make a resolution? Did you hit the gym?
Didn't even think about making a resolution. It never even crossed my mind.
I forgot it was even a
this year. It never even crossed my mind.
Yeah.
I'm watching the national championship game yesterday, and they've got 2022 all on their jerseys. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it is 2022, isn't it? I don't know.
Roker, speaking of the national championship game, I don't know how much you've been keeping up with my best bet of the week, but this season I'm 11-5. I told everyone take Georgia -2.5. I said take the Bills -16. 11-5 on the season now.
I could not take Saban in the points.
Exactly.
I had to take Saban in the points. I
Okay.
had to. And up until 8 minutes left in the game, I was getting 8 points. They were up by 5, and I had another 3.
2 more minutes before we wrap this up. Okay.
Right,
I know you
okay.
Go. Okay. Right. When you gamble,
yes.
Again, I'm 11-5 this season. 3 of the 5 losses were fucked up things that happened. Okay. I'm 11-5. I've been studying this. You look at all the games, you see what doesn't make sense. Okay. When I saw, and by the way, Alabama just fucked up Georgia 2 weeks ago in the SEC championship game. Okay.
Right.
When I saw that Alabama was getting, at first it was 3 points, then it went down to 2.5 points. It made no sense. It makes no sense that the team who wins the national championship every year would get any points against a team who they just kicked their ass, right? When I saw that, I knew to take Georgia.
So you're contrarian better. You're contrarian better. You like to go. You like that. Something's fishy to me.
Yes.
But here's the thing: if you apply that same model to the SEC championship game, Alabama was getting 6.
Yeah, but that was when Georgia was undefeated
in that game.
But that makes sense.
They were getting 6, and they blew them out.
But that makes sense because Georgia at the time was undefeated. They were blowing everyone out. Alabama already had a loss.
Well, that's true.
Now in this game, it made no sense. And there's always games. If you look at the games in the NFL every week, that's why my best bet of the week, I look at the games. There's one game that Vegas wants to make. I guarantee if you look up how much money was on Alabama, I bet at least 60 to 65% of the money was all on Alabama. Vegas made so much money last night.
Oh, Vegas made a ton of money. I made money over the weekend. I parlayed 4 dogs because
you won all of them?
They were all getting overvalued. They were getting, I've had Jacksonville in there. I took the money line and I boosted it a little bit, but I had Jacksonville, I had Houston, these were like ridiculous lines last weekend, 14 and a half.
Yeah.
Stuff. Ridiculous lines. And usually that team that has nothing to play for against the team that has something to play for, they usually end up covering. So these lines were way out of kilter last weekend. Okay,
66% of the bets were on Alabama.
Of course, I knew, and that's why it's another reason I took it. Now, what didn't make sense to me was that it went back to 3. I thought it was going to go down to 2 because you figured that all of that late novice money was going to go to Alabama.
It did.
No, but they went.
No, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Vegas, you're right. In a normal circumstance, it should have went the other way, the spread. The spread should have moved probably to -1 with all the money on Alabama.
Right, exactly. But
Vegas knew what was going to happen, and Vegas was hoping that Alabama would lose and they wanted everyone to put their money on Alabama.
But
And they give you.
Here's the thing, and I don't like Alabama. I don't care. I went to Columbia College. Okay, I don't care about the SEC or any of that stuff. Okay, but if I had not bet on Alabama and Alabama won, I'd be like, of course Alabama won. Of course Alabama won. Like Nick Saban is 17-1 against his former coaches, and he's got 7 national championships. And it's like, of course, I'm like, if I had bet on Georgia and Alabama won, I'd have been like, of course Alabama won. What was I thinking? So I had to take. I'm not upset with the fact that I took Alabama, got 3, had a profit boost. So I was getting 3 plus money, had to take it.
But everyone, quote, had to take it.
But what I was pissed off about is that it was there. They were up by 5 plus the 3 I was getting. So I was getting 8 with like 8 minutes to go in the game. And it all, just got shot to hell. That's the only thing I was upset about. But the previous weekend was pretty good. So I'm not complaining too much.
But you see exactly what you're saying. Why, if Alabama, it's such a sure bet, why the fuck would they give you points? It makes no sense.
No, you're right. It absolutely makes no sense. I'm telling you, it absolutely makes no sense. But I couldn't not do it.
It's just too good to be true.
Understood. I get it. I get it. And I lost. But you're going to find that there's a lot of teams like in these NFL playoffs, especially last year, especially last year with the Chiefs, when they were coming off of the Super Bowl, they were getting overvalued every week. And not covering. Now it's kind of come back down a little bit and people are hip to that. But you're going to find that these teams that are on now that betting has gone national, like it just went national in New York. Like, it just went legal in New York like last week. So now you've got, New York people have been betting in New Jersey for forever.
Yeah.
And they've been betting with their guys forever. So, but we get all these new states where they're legalizing it. And so now all these people for the first time, they're betting and they turn on Sunday Night Football and it's the Chiefs or it's Tampa Bay
or it's Alabama plus 2.5
or it's Alabama or it's Dallas Cowboys. They like, oh, love that.
Oh, and yeah.
There's always some value against going against it.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be overvalued.
And you know what else? My other big tip is that anytime you get an email that they've boosted a bet, for instance, if they boosted the Cowboys -3, if it was like -120 and they boosted it to +120, always bet against that too. Because every time one of those companies boosts something, I always bet the opposite and I always win. Always. They boosted someone to just make the cut of like the Masters. I didn't even know who the fuck it was. I don't watch golf. And I'm like, I'm going to bet this guy not to make the Masters, not to make the cut. And I won.
See, you can look at some of those and those are kind of 50-50. You need to research those because I've hit on a lot of them that I've researched. Okay. So for example, FanDuel will have every Tuesday and Thursday, they'll have a 3-point boost.
Yeah.
That the two teams will hit 2 3-pointers.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
In the first 3 minutes of the game. Okay. Last year, that stuff was hitting 70% of the time.
So you bet those all the time.
But you gotta look. You gotta see and look and see where these teams rank as far as their 3-point percentage,
Yeah.
how many 3-pointers they hit per game, right? Because you may go, oh, wow, well, so the Lakers are playing the Clippers. It's like, oh, man, okay, that game's going to end up being 120 to 117 or something. I'll play that one. And then you go look at the numbers and you see that the Lakers hit 8 3-pointers a game.
Yeah.
You know? Or, and another thing, and this will be the last thing, is I got to go. If you're just getting into betting and all that kind of stuff, dude, COVID puts a monkey wrench in everything.
Because everyone could be out.
In every sport, in everything. In everything.
So don't bet until the game's about to start.
All I have to say is it will be very interesting because Aaron Rodgers is unvaccinated, correct?
Correct.
He's already...
But he just had COVID, so he should be good.
Doesn't matter. He doesn't have to have COVID. All he has to do is be exposed because he's unvaccinated.
Oh, so if you're just exposed, they make you...
be exposed, and he's out for 10 days. If you're vaccinated and you're exposed, then you can be back in 5 days.
Or two negative tests for either one.
Right. But because he's unvaccinated, all he has to do is be exposed.
So you're saying don't bet on the Packers?
I'm saying the Packers are that close away to getting nothing. Yeah. That's all, because that's their whole team is Aaron Rodgers. The whole team is Aaron Rodgers. So how would you like for Aaron Rodgers to get exposed because they all have to wear things on their wrists that say that you've been around somebody who's been around somebody?
They wear those?
Oh yeah. NBA, that's, that's how all these teams end up. That's why you have 8 players on an NBA team out.
Yeah.
They don't all have COVID. They've been exposed to COVID.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind as you fork over your hard-earned money.
And the most important thing to remember
over the next few weeks.
Look at lines. And again, hey, gambling, like
dude, slobs
David
gamble,
here.
son.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude,
it's a lifestyle.
It is about the most slovenly thing you can do.
Yes. Eating, gambling.
Gambler. Yeah,
everything.
Exactly.
It's part of the slob lifestyle.
Yes.
Look at the lines. If it doesn't make sense, it always works for me. Bet the other way.
Just don't bet on a hunch. Do your research. I always say try and do your research, but keep in mind one of the important things to remember is COVID right now. Yeah. COVID. And wait till the NCAA tournament happens. Wait till that happens.
I don't care about that. I just play a square where I just get
points. No, that's true. I love playing the squares too. But somebody knocks somebody off in the first round, go out and party. Half the team's got COVID.
Yeah. Well, I don't care about that.
Half the team's been exposed.
I never bet just like solo games. And I don't really fill out a bracket anymore. I just do squares where you get paid on every game.
Yeah, squares are the best. I already put in some money for squares.
Nice. But all right, cool. I have a big Super Bowl square this year too. Me and my friend Danny Gaga, we split every year now a $500 square.
Oh wow!
So
nice.
it's $250. We've had it
$250 a person.
$250 each, but it pays a lot.
Right.
So, but all right. Well, you got to go. We'll be back next week.
I gotta go. And we were talking food earlier.
Yes, David. Rewind this.
Yes, go back to the beginning. You'll get plenty of tips.
As soon as I hit stop on this, David, all you have to do is just rewind if you're watching on, looks like you're watching on Facebook, all you do is rewind it in 3 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1, David, rewind.